Welcome
Hello.
back, everyone, and thank you for accepting my invitation to play Dungeons and Dragons. Um,
You're
so I
welcome.
hope you can see the
Well,
stream. Um, can you guys see it?
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, yeah,
Alright,
yeah.
good.
You're good.
November helped me
what
set it up
stream?
earlier, so thank you, November. He was here in the beginning when I was setting up my overlay. You guys can see your name
No
when he
worries,
talked.
brother. Me free. I just finished my exam, so I'm just free all day. So
Ah, that's
That's
great.
That's
What?
crazy.
I don't see
Congratulations
stream
on
though.
completing that.
completing
But
that, I didn't pass.
oh, you
Pass
didn't
it.
pass? Ah, that's too bad. Study harder.
Oh man.
Alright. Um, so thank you for joining us. Tonight we'll play some old school D&D. I will teach you how to play, of course, since you're all new. We've already created your characters, so you should be ready to play. And I'm just gonna
Okay.
introduce you to how to play. But first, my name is Egan. And I'm from Minnesota. For those who are not familiar, that is where D&D was kind of born. Minnesota and Wisconsin. Okay. So we play old school D&D. We play original D&D. Is this different from modern D&D? I know a lot of you have played D&D before. You probably were playing modern D&D. That's okay. It is quite different though from how it was played back then. But for those who are just completely new, I will be your dungeon master, your guide into a world of Dungeons and Dragons, and you'll be joining in as a player, a participant. You're the people that we'll be telling stories about, pretty much. So we're here. I'm here to help you.
Hey Raymond,
I'm here to
can't you
help
hear
tell your
us?
character's story. Um,
Raymond,
so pretty
hello,
much,
Jack.
for those who are playing,
Wait,
of
wait, wait.
course, which is everyone here.
Yo,
Um,
yo, Dungeon Master. Can you wait for a bit?
oh, sure.
I don't think Raymond can. Raymond. I mean Jack can't hear us.
Oh, Jack
Jack,
not here?
hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Yeah. Can you hear?
Yes.
Okay,
You,
awesome.
you found the stream yet?
What stream?
Like, click on Dungeon Master.
Yeah.
Does
You see
this?
the guy?
I can't see anything.
You
We
guys
could
cannot
stream
see
on
me.
Anything?
I'm live streaming.
it.
You can
I
see
don't
my
know.
face.
Oh,
Alright.
yeah. I
I
don't know. It
stream.
says
Ah, live stream. I thought you meant like live isn't
Oh, you're live. You're
yeah.
live.
Yes.
you're
Like
live.
my
Yeah, he
video is
didn't
on
know.
in
So,
the call. Do you see
sup?
it?
Yeah, I see now.
Alright, cool.
Yeah, yeah.
So
So you
you don't
can
have to look at
continue.
my face if you don't want to, but I'm just gonna keep the camera on so when I roll the dice you can see, of course. Um, but I'm still introducing you all to the game of Dungeons and Dragons. So those who are new, you're joining as a player, and as a player, you're here to take on the role of an individual adventure character who's going to band together with a party of other adventurers to go on campaign for fame and fortune in a dangerous medieval land similar to how ours was, but with monsters and magic. And to do this, to win this game, you're going to have to survive and get fortune. You're a soldier of fortune. You're going to seek your fortune from places called dungeons, which are guarded by dragons and such, full of monsters, treasures, and traps and such. But you're going to be careful about this, and you're going to hunt monsters, treasures, and bounties for money. And that's going to get you uh, rich and famous, right? That's going to help you get better at the game, become more powerful, and tell your story. But if you're not familiar with the whole point or purpose of D&D, besides the fact that your character's purpose is to get rich and famous, for us, the players, is to of course just experience the world of Dungeons and Dragons, tell a story with our friends, and have a good time. Create some memories that occur through this game. We tell the story of fantasy adventure by playing the game of Dungeons and Dragons. And that's pretty much what it all is about. But to play it, you need two things, of course, or three things actually. First is your pencil and paper, then it's your character, and finally, you need to know how to play, which is very simple. The Dungeon Master will be describing to you the experience your character is having, what you can hear, see, and what you know around you, and provide you with opportunity to win the game, you know. And then you get to describe in the persona of your character what you want to do. You will be role playing. You'll be thinking, acting, and speaking as if you're your character. You're no longer your normal self. You have to pretend that you're a soldier of fortune and think like one. So if you ever played like Mafia, you will, if you're the detective, you will think like a detective and ask questions like a detective would, right? Well, here, this time you're a soldier of fortune, a fortune seeker, like an explorer, right? A
Oh, I
mercenary.
see.
So you're gonna go marching, you're gonna go on campaign, carry banners, carry weapons, and seek monsters in dungeons and go and kill them, right? And steal their treasure. Um, Dungeons are kind of If you don't know what they are, they're like a underground stronghold that used to perhaps belong to mankind, but have been lost to monsters, and uh, you can go there to recover long forgotten treasures that once belonged to man. That's why there's all these weapons down there of the old dead people, right? That you can reclaim and take for yourself to become lords of the land. So that is the whole point of the game. So, but that's how you play the game. You'll be role playing, just telling me what you want to try to do, and then I'll tell you what happens when you try it. I'll tell you what happens, and sometimes, of course, we'll roll dice to determine the results of your course of action. And that's pretty much everything there is to playing the game. So you're just gonna be
I
talking
bet.
as if you're your character. That's
Alright.
all there is. So now that you know how to play, I will begin describing to you the current adventure that your characters are on. So
Yes.
uh, you can imagine you're in a different world, a world that's similar to how
Yeah.
our world was long ago. Okay, and you stand in a wooden building called a tavern, a place where you can meet with friends. It's a public drinking and eating establishment. You can meet strangers, new friends, old friends. But tonight you're here for a particular reason. There are a few people from your village that have taken on a similar trade, which is this similar trade, of course, is the class of adventurer, a very respectable class of people, brave fortune seekers that go on campaign against monsters and such to get rich and famous, but also to help stave off the forces of chaos and evil, right? And
Yeah.
while doing so. So it is a kind of a win-win situation. You get rich and people become safer, right? Humanity lives on. So that is why you are here tonight. You're here to decide what adventure you want to take on to get rich and famous. And this evening we have 5 individuals seated around the table. They're all fresh, new faces, brand new adventurers. You're not exactly fresh off the farm. You all have different backgrounds that have decided your trade, your class of adventurer. If you're a fighter, you know you're back from your first military campaign, and now you can't really find work elsewhere. So you've decided to continue using your skills as a killer, right, a soldier, but in the field of adventuring. You'll do what you do best, which is fighting. For those who are magic users, that perform witchcraft and
Wait, we
such,
have a
you're a
spell
medium.
slot, have we?
You have 2
Okay.
spells: charm person and read languages. But you're not fresh off the farm either. So magic users, clerics, right? Holy men. You're maybe a temple monk, but you've got back from your first crusade, and the temple is not really your style anymore. You want a more active way to serve God, so you're going to be a champion of God, a cleric. And then, of course, there's the thieves, right? Trade masters. You have maybe gone on hunting campaigns for monsters, and you have had to use many different types of skills to help you perform these roles as borderland patrol or thieves in the market or whatever tradesmen. And you're going to continue this practice through adventuring. So again, you all have some background that gives you your class and helps you perform a certain role in the party. But again, tonight is that's not as important. What's important is you decide what you want to do. And there's 3 options I have available to you that is well known that the adventurers might take on for their adventure. So you understand that there's a mine to the southwest, a mine with precious metals that has been overrun with monstrous demi-humans known as they are apparently these grotesque men that were discovered when the miners there dug too deep. And miners are hoping that adventurers, brave men, might go there and clear them out and recover lost treasures that were stolen by the monsters. Most of which at this point are open to claim, but of course the miners are willing to trade for whatever relics or items you can get back, such as the precious metals, right? They're willing to pay you well if you can recover their ore and such. And then of course there's another place you can visit, another basic level adventure, which is to the southeast, the tomb of Malodis, an old magic user of the land uh, that was one of the founding members of the settlement, but he was a questionable sort of person, and he, after passing away, had a tomb built for him to store all his riches. The location was kind of unknown, but recently discovered and broken into by a group of tomb raiders. They found that his tomb was pretty much empty except the sarcophagus had inside, rather than skeletal remains or anything like that, a stairway down into apparently a vault or a dungeon that's been overrun with monsters. You can go there to hunt the monsters down, clear it of the apparent ghost and undead there, and of course reclaim lost treasures. And finally, your final option tonight, if you're very brave enough, I don't recommend it, but if you feel brave enough, there's an expert level expedition to the north. An old temple ruin that was lost to a plague of undead, which rose from the depths of hell and overtook a holy site, which was kind of far from any civilized parts. They couldn't really get any help on time before it was overrun with undead. But there's the temple of Saint Luciana. Once this character was actually a real person's character who retired and had a temple made after her. She's long retired, and unfortunately, is a bit too old to reclaim her temple, right? So she's hoping that some brave adventurers or crusaders, templars might go there and clear it of the undead. But it's again far from civilization and very, very dangerous, right? So those are your options to discuss this evening. Of course, you can ignore everything I've talked about and seek your own type of adventure. You can look around town, look for mercenary work. You can go out into the wilderness and roam wild, roam freely around and seek your own adventures, hunt whatever monsters. It is your choice. Tonight, you will decide. So at this point, you may decide and discuss, and when you're ready, we'll take our votes. That's pretty much how this game will begin.
So,
everyone,
what-
I'm thinking.
what-
I'm thinking, guys. I'm thinking. You go for
Alright.
the hardest one. You go for the hardest one.
Yeah, 100.
I have a
Temple of
suggestion.
Saint Luciana?
You really want to
Listen,
just
listen.
okay, jump right?
Let me pitch. The mine has
Yeah,
like
yeah.
demi-human and stuff, like, right? So one of us, I think I heard one of us have like the capability to control demi-humans.
Charm
I'm dead,
person.
no.
You might be able to get a demi-human friend.
Yeah. So who's that? Like who has the ability to
Wait.
control it?
Isn't
That
this
would
that
be
the
your
mage?
medium.
Okay.
Oh,
She
by the
has
way, sorry.
capability-
One more thing.
Hmm?
Jack, you need to find a character name for your character. It has to be a medieval name.
Just name it Jack.
It should not be
Jack,
the same as your
yeah.
player name.
How about Jackie?
Jackie Chan.
Well, you want to try to make it creative. Try to pick up a medieval name. Jackie is sort of a nickname, not a real name.
Go with the Reaper.
Jeremiah.
Make it
So if you wanna keep Jackson, you might say like Jacob or Jack.
Okay. I got a name,
guess
guys.
the-
Brave.
His name's Arthur.
Jacob.
Name's Arthur, bro. Arthur. King Arthur.
Arthur is a very
Bravestone.
generic name if you want to pick that one. I think I've heard that name chosen like 4 times this month. But if you wanted
I
to,
choose
you can pick it.
Bravestone. Sir Bravestone. Medieval enough.
What was that?
What?
Yeah.
Brave Stone.
Bravestone?
Bravestone.
That's more of a nickname as well. That's not really a real name
Uh,
His name's
or
gonna
a
be.
title.
His name is
out
Hercules.
there.
Would you name your son Bravestone? Right? No one would name their son Bravestone. That might be his like title
Yeah.
here for being a
I have
brave
a
rock.
suggestion. Go with Raphael.
Raphael.
Yeah.
How about Roland?
Go with.
Roland?
Roland.
Roland's good. Yes.
Okay.
Roland. Yeah, Roland.
Yes,
yeah,
I
Roland.
choose that.
Roland.
We have Roland the veteran in your
Rolling in the
party.
hood.
One of the biggest men you've ever met, right? He's as
Hey,
tough as
Roland.
4 men. So,
Yeah.
with 8 hit
He's our
points.
human shield.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm the big shield.
Alright,
Human
so
sacrifice.
So
this evening you have talked, you have discussed
Yeah,
so
we're
far.
going to the hardest
Yeah,
one.
yeah,
Let's get
yeah.
to the hardest one. Let's get to the
We have a
hardest one.
vote on the hardest
Yeah,
one
sure.
now. This is one of the most important phases of your adventure. You don't want to spend too much time here, but this will pretty much determine the outcome of the adventure, right? Because they're choosing where
So
you're
we look
going, so
like
you want to
now.
prepare accordingly.
Let's
Are you
listen.
really sure the
Think about
hardest
it.
one? We might all die.
And by the way,
Let's go.
Yeah,
to win this
yes.
game,
The third one's
if
like
you want to play
really
again
risky.
to win, you have to survive. If you do not survive and get rich from this game, you lose naturally.
Yeah.
But it's like an
Alright,
MMO,
just-
so even if you stop playing today or if our game ends, you can always come back to my games and join a different party. Like it's like an ongoing thing. So like it's like an MMO.
Oh.
So you might not
That's
see these
interesting.
people again after this adventure, but if you like survive the adventure with your current character and get some money, you can just join another game with that same character that's upgraded.
Just play safe. Just play safe.
Guys,
Yeah.
Mine says
Yes,
hardest
mine
all the
does-
time.
mine-
I ain't trying to die, bro. We have one guy with 1 HP bleed, like on God.
But lucky, I
Shut
want
up.
to see that.
Right.
You're like
That
two
is
HP,
part of
shut
the
up.
game, but
Now I have
if
three.
you want to
what
make
you
your
mean?
time worthwhile, you want to
make it
survive, you
fun.
want to win.
Yeah, actually.
I want to see the hardest thing so I can,
But
So
you
we
can
got
die.
one
Alright, here's
vote on the
Unfinished
temple,
Journey.
and then, alright, so it looks like your brave cleric, Godfrey, votes on the temple, which is a good place for him to go to because he's really good against the
Exactly.
undead as a cleric, right? So that might be a good choice for him. But it sounds like, let's see the next vote. Roland the veteran, what would your vote be?
I choose mercenary. Mercenary work.
You
Love
want
to
to
there.
go around the village looking for mercenary work?
Yes, and then yeah.
Alright. So that means if you look for mercenary work, you're probably going to be doing like guarding shift or maybe even going into battles, right? As a paid soldier. That's an immediate combat which can get many of your guys killed early on. So if you
Nope.
expect to kill
Never
someone,
mind.
expect to be killed, right? So,
I choose the mines.
the mine?
That's
Yeah,
crazy, big
better-
boy.
Have like better weapons and all that.
Alright. Yeah, you might want to upgrade. Before you try mercenary work or go to war, you want to make sure you're kitted out. So you have full plate armor, helmet, and best weapons, right? Right now you guys are
Exactly.
humble, like rags to riches kind of thieves, right? Burglars, trying to get some money.
Yeah, you need to get them loot.
Gotta put in the work first, get your guys kitted out first. But before you can do that, you
Yeah.
have to start from the bottom of the barrel, pretty much, right? Play it safe. So the mine is a good
play
place.
safe,
It's a
yeah,
controlled
yeah.
environment, right? You can just go mining if you want, if you're brave enough to mine while there's monsters around. Um, like
He's a
in Minecraft.
chunky boy, bro.
So our brave fighter here, Roland, votes on the mine to the southwest. Alright, so
Alright.
then next is gonna be Loki the thief. Loki the apprentice, what is your vote?
I'm good with any as long as I survive, you know. So
You sure? Your vote matters. This could very much determine the outcome of the
Choose the
event.
mines. Choose the
what
mines.
do you recommend? Like, what's the easiest? Yeah.
I would recommend either the mine or the tomb. The tomb is good if you have clerics with you, because the tomb will probably have undead, and clerics are good against the undead. The mine, on the other hand, will probably have demi-humans, right? Like other demons and monsters. Fighters will be good there.
So
Magic users.
we have two fighters, yeah, and one.
So the mine is
cleric.
probably a good place.
Yeah, then we go mine.
Unless you want to fight some
Yeah.
undead. You do have a cleric in your party. Clerics can clear the undead
Doesn't
pretty
matter.
easily.
Oh, is that more of an advantage?
So you have different roles that do different things. Fighters are really good at fighting, so if you expect to fight a lot or hunt some monsters down,
I
bring
thought
some
I'd be good
fighters.
against the humans.
Well, what's the better loot though?
The mine will offer you ore and other lost treasures in the mine. The tomb will
Yeah, but the
offer you items that were buried and left
Oh, yeah,
in
yeah.
memory for the
Sounds
dead
good, that
people,
sounds
right?
good.
So
Oh, so we go tomb.
tomb might
go
have
tomb,
better
go tomb.
treasure, but it's harder naturally.
Yeah, but
Oh, we have a cleric.
I'm carried.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah,
sure, whatever. Yeah, sure.
So you vote tomb?
Yeah, sure.
Wait, who's
Okay,
the
there's-
cleric?
Let's go,
Me.
big boy.
The cleric
Oh.
is Godfrey, Henry's character.
Oh.
It's crazy
Are
how
you
our
guys-
one fighter has 1 HP. That's crazy.
Hey,
Are you guys
stop
able to
fucking-
change your nickname?
Get out.
On the server, can you guys edit your profile?
Yeah, I can.
What?
Are you guys able to edit your profile on the server?
I'll name it Loki. Sure, brother.
Yeah, like do like Lee parentheses Loki T1 if you can, so that people know that you're Lee, but your character is Loki. Or you can just do full
It's
Loki
fine.
if you want.
It's fine, Loki.
So
Low-key.
appreciate it. That will make it easier to know who's who. So there's Loki, there's
Let's go,
Godfrey,
big boy.
Elgira.
How did you spell my name again?
Yours is
Beside us.
beside this. It's
P-O-E-S, yeah?
P-O, you have
P-O?
Poesidus. Poseidus.
Oh, Sidus. Okay. Got it.
Alright.
My guy's a
Awesome. And then-
knockoff of Poseidon, bro.
Yes.
He's like the 1 HP.
Alright. So the next one to vote is going to be Poseidus. So we got A vote on the
Mines.
mine, 2 vote on the tomb, I think. Or no, 2 votes on mine, 1 vote on tomb. What's your vote?
Said mines.
Uh,
Mines.
what do you guys wanna do? Like,
Right,
Mines.
I said tomb.
1 said tomb, 2 said mine.
Oh.
let's go mine,
Uh,
I guess.
Mines.
You
All of
pick
us
mine?
get
3 on
can actually
mine.
get
Elgira,
something.
what's your vote? The mine is probably gonna
There's-
win. Got 3 votes on it.
Yeah, there's no point.
I feel like you say that the tombs would have better loot, but it's harder. But also, we don't know what the loot is.
That's true.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
any
like,
loot is
we,
good right now because we don't even have
like we
any loot
can't
at all.
even use it. Like we can't even use it
Yeah.
if not meant
Like
for
it could just be
character.
like flipping.
It's a dogwood, really.
You're
Organs.
headed to the mine of Cretan, a mine that was made or discovered by a very
I
famous
feel like
local engineer.
I feel like it would be better to play it
Engineer.
safe since we're only just starting and we're gonna be going in without anything. So mines.
All right then.
Yeah.
It's
Let's
understood that the
go.
miners are paying well for any of the monsters' heads that have invaded their mine, and also any ore that was stolen, they're willing to pay for that too. So ore is more valuable if you're able to recover it from the mine, because precious metals are a bit, um, they're a bit more scarce at the moment since we cannot mine there currently, since it's invaded with monsters. All right.
Yes, I can't wait to go cause mass genocide of the
After
Thanos.
night of drinking at the tavern, it's a quiet night, a very nice night this evening. You finish discussing your plans for the morning. You're pretty much set. You have your weapons, you have torches, you have supplies, everything you will need for the expedition. By the morning, you'll set out on the adventure. So, is there anything else you guys wish to do this evening before you get
Let's
some
go.
rest?
Ascend it.
We should send our
Um,
thief to look out.
Fix
Be
I can
lookout.
see it.
Thief, be
Well,
lookout.
all right. So then, nothing to do at the tavern. So the night will pass, and in the morning, after some breakfast, one of you purchased food. So you were able to cook some breakfast. You have eggs and cheese and sausages and such. Um, but after breakfast, you pack your gear and you begin your course of travel to the mine. So the usual course of travel to get to the mine is to follow the road that was made so that miners can transport ore and tools back and forth to the mine. The road goes southwest through forested hills and into rocky crags, which is close to the southwestern coast, the sea coast, right? So you're getting close there if you choose to follow the road. Now, if you decide to take a different route, you can do so as well. If you want to take a detour and take a longer course to travel and not use the road, but it's your choice. The most direct route, again, the easiest route where you won't get lost, it's very simple to march along, is to take the road there. Would you like to take the road, or would you like to do something else?
Take the road.
Any objections?
Take the road. Just
Sir Roland
Yeah, might as
says,
well
he
take the road.
recommends the road to you all.
yeah, take the road.
The
Even
road.
Poseidus agrees. Alright. So, the party begins their travel along the road. And you see your men bravely marching from the village of Gavelon. This is the first time most of you are ever leaving the village of Gavelon, or, uh, and it could be also the last time some of you will see it if you die on this expedition. Hopefully that won't be the case. Adventure life, though, is very dangerous. A very dangerous choice of career, which you have currently or recently taken on. The five of you begin your march. We have Sir Roland, or Squire Roland, right? He's a first level fighter. And we got Poseidus, the veteran, Loki, the apprentice, Godfrey, the acolyte, and Elgira,
the
the
1
medium.
HP.
Very squishy.
No.
Poor Poseidus. Alright. So let us
Well,
begin.
that's
That
our
guy's
march.
our
pretty-
carry. He's a chonky boy.
So, after a few hours of marching through forested hills and into a rocky crag, to the south you approach what appears to be where the road ends. It leads you to a rocky, dry cliffside, a cliff face. It's a small mound here, rocky, gray, dry mound. There's a lot of small, dark lizards that you will spot every now and then, just basking in the sunlight. The current time of year is actually November, so everything is getting colder. It's early November of year 11 of this campaign, and you can feel your cloaks. You're holding them tight because it's kind of windy out here in the open crags. This is just an open, rocky landscape. It's kind of a barren hillscape. So you're just marching along, making your way toward the entrance of the mine. And as you approach, you can see the entrance on the north side of a low, rocky cliff face, and beyond it, just in front of it, is the excavation site, or the exterior excavation camp, pretty much. On the western half, you'll see a group of miners encamped, brave miners that remain at the mine, maybe making sure that at least the exterior camp can function. And east of them is a small camp for adventurers coming in and out, right? You can go there to camp too. North of all of this, on the outskirts of it, on your way to the mine along the road, is a small caravan that immediately offers you trade goods. Good morning, gentlemen, ladies. Perhaps you forgot some equipment on your way over. Have a look at our stock, if you will. Perhaps you need a
No,
pickaxe.
we will not. We are poor as shit.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
move on, boys.
come back
Move
after
on.
you found some money down there, perhaps. Maybe we can make a trade.
Yeah.
I was gonna fall for it.
Best of luck, gentlemen.
Oh,
And you march along past the merchants, and soon you're between a group of miners and the adventurers. But if you don't have any business or quarrel with them, then you can begin your expedition into the dungeon, and just enter right away. Do you guys have anything else you wish to do or discuss before you enter?
I
let's
just
save the
want to
game
say
before we do
it
it.
was an honor fighting with you people.
All right then. So as you begin to enter, we have to equip our characters with torches and weapons, right? We don't want to go in unprepared. We have to also figure out who's going first, right? A marching order. So before we go in, let's figure that out. Starting with the character Elgira. So Elgira, we'll start with you since you're the first on my list right now, on the top of my
At the
screen.
back. At the back. Actually,
So-
in the middle.
Wait, what am I
Elgira, the
doing?
medium. You're gonna tell me what you want to equip. So your character possesses a few items that you might want to equip right away, which is your spear or your sling. You might want to keep one hand free so you can cast your spell, which is Charm Person. So, what would you like to equip? You have
do
an
we only get
offhand
to
and
use
a
it
main
once?
hand. What was it?
Do we only get to use it once?
Your spell? Yes, you only have it once per day.
Abracadabra,
What about the like the equipment? Like, do I use that?
Oh, you can use it as many times as you want until it breaks. Or
Okay.
you lose it.
Wait, what about a torch? Do we not get a torch?
You don't have a torch, but someone else in your party does, or has candles at least. So then they
Okay,
can
then
give you a candle if you want to see.
I'll use the sling.
Alright, that's a good choice. You can shoot monsters before they close in. And then you can switch to your spear later. Since you have a spear, I highly recommend your party puts her somewhere in the second rank, so then she can fight in the back lines.
I'll go get some water.
So far, Elgira has equipped her sling. Very good choice.
Ooh.
And next, I want to hear what Godfrey equips. Godfrey, are you still with us?
Yeah, short bow.
Alright, Sherpo, good choice. You can shoot the monsters before they close in. Okay. So then you got the Sherpo equipped, and then oh yeah, I never really told you your skill, Godfrey. You have the ability to turn undead. That means to turn away the undead. So you'll hold your crucifix and you will tell them to be gone, pretty much, right? You use the power of Christ to compel them.
Yeah.
Exactly. That is your strongest weapon in the game, way stronger than your short bow. So do not abandon your faith. Some clerics forget about their faith and they end up dying for it or paying for it.
I love Jesus Christ.
Let's see. Elgira, on the other hand, your main role is to help fight, of course, and at some point cast your spell, in the for the benefit of the party, of course. And the next is going to be the character Loki. What would you like to equip? I highly recommend your 10-foot pole at the very least, so you can detect traps on the way in.
Loki's kind of getting water.
Oh, that's right. Okay, we'll come back to him. Alright, then we'll go over to Poseidus. You're one of the strongest fighters, right? I recommend you're in the front lines with your shield and spear.
Yo, what's up?
Or your, I mean,
don't
your,
have a spear.
Poseidus, you don't have a spear, you have a hand axe. So I would recommend your sling or hand axe equipped. You can actually equip both of them. You can have a sling in one hand and the hand axe in the other.
Yeah. I
He
was
should be at the
thinking
back. The
this.
safest place.
Put me in the back. Way
Right,
behind.
so
Let me just watch.
Poseidus, you want to be near the
He's a
back.
backseat gamer.
So I
Put me in
recommend
the
you
middle.
equip your sling then, so you can shoot monsters.
Yeah, put.
Okay. You will have your sling equipped. Alright then. And Sir Roland,
Yo, imagine
what
there
would
was
you
like
like
a
to
whole
equip?
movie of
I
Dungeons
recommend-
and Dragons like there was Jumanji.
Right in the front. I want to be right in the front.
Alright,
That'd be
you're on the
cool.
front lines, so I recommend you equip your shield and spear.
Yeah.
Alright, you'll be taking point, leading the way.
Thief should be
leading
like
the charge.
lookout. She should go far ahead of us.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
thief
let's
should be
go,
near the
big
front
boy.
to detect traps. You can have him scout ahead if he's brave enough and skillful enough, but scouting ahead or being a scout is a very dangerous job. You can get killed without anyone knowing up ahead. So you don't want to scout too far ahead if you're inexperienced. Maybe only 10 feet ahead at most, so you
Yeah,
can easily retreat
10
to your
feet.
party if need be. So
Yeah,
Loki, if you were in your normal position, we're gonna put you near the front then. So, unless you want to be a second rank.
Please don't.
So
You should be the front.
Loki,
You have the most hit points, yeah.
we recommend you're gonna equip a 10-foot pole so you can prod the floor for traps, detect if there's any floor traps in the darkness. Is that okay?
Yeah, sure, man.
Alright, so in one hand you have your 10-foot pole. In your other hand, what would you like to equip? You can choose your spear or your set. I mean, your spear or your sling. Or you can keep your hand free, so you can easily equip something later.
Spear.
Yeah, I think
What's
spear.
Spear. So in your main hand you got your pole, so you can detect with, and your offhand you got your spear, which you can drop your 10-foot pole and then switch to your spear and start fighting with it, right?
Yeah, we start poking.
Alright then. So we are having him equip those two items. We need a torchbearer still, and we don't have torches. Instead, we have candles, which allow us to see 5 feet ahead. So whoever's in the front line needs to hold a candle so they can at least see in front of them. So the fighter or the thief has to carry the candle if they're going to be in the very front. Well,
Thief.
first let's determine who's going to be in the very front. So
Thief.
He's like,
Thief? You can have
Are you
multiple people in the
insane?
front, like side by side. So it could be Loki and you can have Loki
Roland.
and Roland stand in the very front.
Yeah, sure, that's fine, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm the one that's gonna end up dying first, anyways.
You have
Loki
more
and
hit points
Roland.
though, so it should be good.
Okay.
It's not nice being seen as nothing more than a meat shield.
At least you don't have 1 HP.
Hey, yo, stop
For
being
Poseidon.
that. I love it.
He's on life support.
Let the man be.
Shut up. Shut up.
Well,
I
at
don't
My
least
guy
wanna
has a
talk
death wish,
Right,
dude. He'll die with
He's walking
honor.
around with a whole oxygen tank
Alright. So
Ah,
at this point.
let's see.
What the fuck?
I don't want to.
So Loki,
Wait,
since
wait,
you're
you
gonna
should,
be
you
the
should
torch,
open the
or
chat so we can still text in the chat.
Loki, since you're gonna be the candle bearer, do you want to put your spear away or your Oh yeah, is it okay we put your spear away so you can use your pole?
Sure, man.
Okay, you can always drop the candle, but that will not be a good idea. So, if you need to fight,
Yeah.
just drop your pole and switch to your spear.
Why can't Poseidon hold? Candle.
You can hold a candle
Because
too
I
in the
can't
back.
be in the front. That's the thing.
Oh shit, right. my bad, Mr. One Shot.
What you can do, if you really want, is you can have Poseidon in the front carrying the candle, and then when the combat starts, you can fall back.
Yep.
Yeah,
Oh.
so I'm the-
Oh yeah, sure.
You want
yeah,
that?
Sure,
Okay, so you have a 3-man front, which is a tight formation in a 10-foot quarter, right? Because a 10-foot quarter is about 10 feet, and then every person takes about 3 feet of space when they're exploring. So you go in there, 3 men in the front, it's a tight formation, and in the front is Poseidon in the middle, kind of, right, holding the candle around so you can see ahead, and then Loki kind of at the side,
So-
poking the floor with his 10-foot pole, and then at the other side is, of course, Roland the fighter, spear and shield ready, looking for a monster to kill, right? So,
Poseidon is
Okay. Shut up.
our candle boy.
Poseidon is Candle Boy, indeed. Candle and
When there's a
sling.
fight, he runs back.
MVP. Without him, we cannot see in the darkness. So,
Oh
I'm
god, yeah.
just
Well,
gonna
we
drop
will
the
wanna be
candle when
alive.
you're about to fight.
Let's
so
go.
if he blows out the candle in the middle of a fight, everyone is dead. Everyone cannot
Maybe
see
the rest of them
anything.
are going-
Have you guys ever played Phasmophobia and the lights go out and the monsters there?
Yeah,
It's a
definitely.
horrifying experience.
Not horrifying, but yeah, I remember the lights going out.
You just gotta stay quiet and don't move. All right.
Someone farts.
Dang it. Alright.
That's definitely Poseidon's, bro.
Oh
Hey,
my
yo,
goodness, you know what we should have did before we actually went in the cave?
So
We should have
now
like
we are
asked
entering.
for weaknesses.
Are you all ready to go inside?
Sure,
Yeah.
man. Let's
Yes.
get it.
All right.
I want to ask for weaknesses among the other adventurers.
What's up?
Ask for weaknesses if they have any.
You want to go out and talk to them, but you
Yeah.
might lose some time to explore if you talk with them.
Never mind. Let's go explore.
The candle is
If we
burning.
die, we
You're on
die.
turn 1 of the
Let's go,
adventure.
let's go.
So every
Let's do
turn is
speed
10
run.
minutes. Let's see.
Speed run.
We are this is
Mario
November.
Party, let's go.
Let's clear the whole mine out. Whole mine. 5
Okay,
people, whole
turn
mine.
1 of the adventure.
Oh, so my
Okay,
cat's
a
here.
candle will
He wants
last
to
you a long time.
Hey, can my cat be a character?
Huh?
What?
Can my cat be a character? He's here.
Your candle? Oh, your
Your
cat?
cat.
No,
No shot.
If you find a cat, your cat can be that cat, but you have to find it first. Alright,
Okay.
so
Well,
So
the
then you guys
entrance
are like
to
2
the
HP
mine
now.
is toward the south. As you
No,
face
no,
the
that's
entrance,
the
it's
fine
only
lights,
about
so I
3
have
foot
to-
wide, 7 feet tall, and it leads you into a cavernous tunnel that goes southward. This tunnel is about 8 to 10 feet tall, cavernous rocky walls and dirt rocky floor, and the tunnel is about 10 feet wide and is continuing to slope southward. Would you like to descend?
yes.
Alright, so you can
Are you
see
sure?
everyone's kind of going in, the candle and the sling, exploring down into the tunnel, and so far the tunnel is
Poseidon's
clear.
dice to fall down.
Alright, so far there's nothing in the tunnel. The tunnel goes down into a large cavern that continues to the southwest. At this point, I really encourage you all to start drawing a map. So if you have a pencil and paper, you want to kind of like draw out what I'm describing you so you don't get lost.
Nah,
This is
let
a
it
game
go.
that
Oh
will
shit!
test your imagination.
Who can do that?
So you need to
Me.
picture the scene in your head. You all are
Okay.
encouraged to draw your own map, because just in case
So
you get lost, right, you can find your way back. So,
Yeah, brief
alright.
it up.
Right,
But
sure.
at this point, you're walking into a cavern, and it continues southwestward. Okay, so now you can
Right.
explore southwest or south along the eastern wall. You can see the east wall; it continues southward. So which way would you like to continue exploring? Directly ahead of you, so far, you can see you can start to smell something. It smells kind of foul. Instead of just smelling like a normal cave, which smells rocky and dusty and a bit musty, now you're starting to smell something that smells like dirty feet and sweat.
Yeah, 30 feet. Go in. Go in.
Loki
Yeah.
is 30
Oh.
feet.
That
Loki
is
is
toward
30
the
feet.
south.
Yeah, obviously.
Whose mother is that? No, I'm kidding.
So if you keep going south, the smell will get stronger.
Go south. Go south.
Alright. You're going south through the cavern now, exploring along the eastern wall, and you're exploring up toward a group of rocks where you see a lot of mushrooms. These black mushrooms they have holes in them. They're like black and gray, and there's a bunch of little holes all over the top of the head of the mushrooms, right? The caps, the mushroom caps.
Just a monster.
They're all over the place. Do you want to go through this area, or do you want to go
It's,
try to go
it's
around
probably
it?
poisonous. We'll all die, bro.
No.
Yeah, just go around. Just go around.
Poseidus is dying first.
To go around
Yeah,
means you have to explore to the west then.
West end.
Go
Definitely
west.
west.
Go west.
Alright,
west,
so
go
you
west,
want to
sure,
explore
sure.
west? So if you go west, basically, you go 10 feet west, this will be like the southwest area that you saw earlier that you didn't go to in the start. Do you want to go here, to the west?
Sure.
Because naturally,
Yeah.
remember, if you remember at the start, you could go south or southwest. You went south and now you're going west to the area that you didn't go to. So,
Yeah.
now you're going the westward to the next area, exploring
go.
carefully. You're observing your surroundings, you're skulking in the dark shadows, right? You have your candle light, barely enough
We
light
got
to
our
see.
candle boy.
I would recommend we light one more candle, just in case the first one goes out.
Okay, sure, dude.
Alright, candle boy, hold 2 candles.
Would we like to light a second candle and give it to Elgira, who only has a sling in her hands?
Sure, man.
Okay. Candle bearer, whoever has the candles in your bag, which is I think, Godfrey. Are you okay with this? Is you get the
Yeah.
-1 candle. You have a total of 3, but you already used one, and now you're gonna use another one to give to
Yeah,
Elgira.
give it.
Okay, so now we have 2. So if one person's candle accidentally blows out, or a monster runs and blows it out for you, you have a backup candle. Okay.
Yo, monster blows out our candle.
He's like coming here like.
I blame Poseidon, bro. No, chill.
Just blows
Oh,
on the
yeah,
candle.
yeah.
And Everyone's dead.
I was gonna
Alright.
say if
Yeah.
Poseidon's the
Imagine you
candle of
farted and
life,
the
we
candle
die.
just blow out.
The candle goes out, the fart's just so big. It shakes the
No
dungeon.
no
Alright.
shot, bro.
So far to the west, you're very lucky still. No treasure in sight, but no monsters or traps either. It's just an open cavern toward the west. And it looks like you're approaching an exit. This is the northwestern corner now. And against the western wall of the cavern, you can see a tunnel continuing westward. It's leaving the cavern. Would you like to go through this tunnel? Or do you want to go back?
Go through.
Let's
Go
keep
to the
going.
tunnel, bro.
Okay, now you're going west
We
into
gotta
a
go
tunnel.
deeper.
This tunnel is 10 feet long, as you can tell with your candlelight. You're exploring. You can only see about 5 feet ahead, though. The candle is very dim, right? So you explore through the tunnel, and hopefully there's nothing in here. Alright, you're exploring carefully and carefully. And then, let's see what's in here. Uh-oh, now you're starting to see halfway through the tunnel, there's some webs in the wall. Do you want to keep going?
Yeah, sure, go
100%.
for it.
You go for it. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Alright, you keep going, even though you see some webs.
We see Miles Morales, Spider-Man.
Alright, and as you're continuing, very barely, as you carefully observe your surroundings, right, you can start to see something is shifting on the ceiling. It looks like the rocks are moving on the wall. That's like right above the end of the tunnel, which leads to a large cavern again. Or not the large cavern, sorry. It leads into like an intersection of the tunnel, where you see other tunnels starting to branch out. But before you can enter the open intersection, above the tunnel, at the end of the tunnel that you're moving through, you'll see the rocks are like moving weird. Like you see 8
Hey, yo,
lines
whose
of rock
grandma's the
moving
movie?
around, and you see like the bodies like stirring up too.
Yo, who blew their cocaine in the air? No, I'm showing.
You see them, right? The wall, the ceiling is moving around like this, right?
What? CDs? Okay.
Do you want to keep going?
Set
It's right
fire
above
to
your
the-
heads.
Yeah.
You guys do
set
whatever
fire
you
to
need.
the spider web.
The one who can make the shot call is the one in the very front, because you're leading the party. So Roland and the thief Loki and Poseidus. What do you think about this?
We just go forward. Like, what's the point of going back?
Let's go.
Let's go. If we die,
Keep
we
going
die.
despite the
Let's
moving
do or
ceiling.
die.
Yeah.
Alright,
If we
you are
die,
very
we blame
careful. You
Poseidon.
start it. You don't touch it. You just kind of move past it, right? You just be careful. Let's see how the ceiling reacts to you as you move through. It is extremely
die.
hostile. You suddenly see a bunch of black little glowing eyes, beady eyes, open
Oh,
up, or not
no.
open up, but turn around and face you. And
Oh,
this
shit.
hairy, rocky ceiling drops down on you, right? It suddenly drops down onto Roland. Like, it twists around, and you realize it's actually a giant, 5-foot long crab spider that jumps down on you
Whoa.
and wraps its legs around you and tries to bite you, and you're barely able to defend yourself with your shield and spear. Now, as it drops down on you, you do
Yeah,
have a
that's
chance to
kinky.
stab it. So as you see it dropping down onto you, do you want to stab it and block with your shield, or do you want to do something else,
Very
like run away?
imaginative.
Yeah, go
Stab
for it,
it
go for
and
it.
block.
You have a chance to run
Like,
before it
it's
falls
like
on you.
being
You
family
can run
as well,
away,
like a
or do you want to fight it?
Fight it.
Fight it.
All right. So
Stab it,
Roland is
stab
brave. He holds his ground
cops and
and
robbers.
thrusts the spear up at the monster. And as he's doing
Yes,
this,
oh.
we have to determine
He
the
dead.
action of everyone else. So Poseidus, you're beside him holding the candle, holding your sling, and you see the wall is turning into a spider,
One HP.
and it's about to jump down on Roland. Do you want to shoot it? Do you want to run away? What do you
Yeah,
want to do?
shoot it.
Yeah,
Run
shoot
away.
it.
Okay, you're brave. Poseidus spins his sling and stone and whirls a stone at the monster before it jumps down.
The
He
one
is
HP
brave,
blood.
he is careful, and also the thief Loki had a 10-foot pole and a spear in the other hand. You see the wall is turning to a spider, and you realize there's actually 2 of them. Do you want to stab at the
What
one
the
that's going to
fuck?
jump on Roland, or do you want to stab at the one that's going to jump on you? There's another one about to
Roll
jump
on
on you,
save.
Loki.
Save yourself.
So you can fall back, Loki, if you want, or you can
Fall
try to
back.
fight the
I
one that's
think
about
I
to
think
jump
I'll
on you.
fall back.
It is your choice. So you decide you're gonna like, hey, get back, right? And you're like getting back, you're like pushing everyone behind you, trying to get away from the monster that's about to leap down on you. And because
Yeah,
you're
I can
retreating,
fall
instead of
back,
fighting
bro.
you, it's gonna leap down and also fight your big fighter instead. So you leave him
Roland?
behind to get killed. All right, but you save
Ah.
yourself. And then
That's
as
a
you're
bad
backing up, Godfrey is in the back lines with his bow and arrows. Godfrey, you see the spider is jumping down on your friends. Do you want to fall back? Do you want to take aim with your bow and shoot? What do you want to do? It is your choice.
Shoot them. Shoot
Yeah, you
them.
can shoot.
Them.
Those are my recommendations. You take aim and shoot. Okay,
You
you're
should
gonna
like
be
the
brave.
the bow on fire, bro. Plus
Do you want to
damage.
shoot the monster about to attack Roland or the one that was about to attack Loki?
Do Roland because I fall back.
Yeah, roll.
Loki, do Loki. Because
Okay.
he's gonna
You
chase
try to
you.
save the one trying to kill Roland. And then also is the character Elgira, who is carrying a candle and a sling. Elgira, do you want to help shoot the monsters too, or something else?
No, go.
Yeah.
Alright, so you are
So wait,
brave, you stand your ground.
if Godfrey shoots the one attacking Roland, I'll shoot the one attacking Loki.
Good choice. So it's teamwork, right? So you all do
Yeah.
your best to shoot the monsters before they engage in melee. So we're gonna start with the character Poseidus, who is beside Roland, who is about to get attacked. So before the monster can jump on you, Roland, you have your spear ready. The monster is crawling over to you, about to leap down onto you. But before that happens, you see Poseidus sees it. He's like, get back, right, and swings a stone at it. And we're gonna roll the dice to see if he hits. Okay? So we have to
No.
roll a d20 to see if you hit.
20, yeah.
All right. So this will determine if you hit. The higher you roll, the better chance you've got. You have a +1 bonus for close range. Alright,
Please,
the roll is a
please,
4.
please.
It's a 4, so you
Damn it.
missed. So he hits the ceiling, right? He's like, get back! And throws a stone and hits the ceiling, right? That's all he's able to
shit.
do that round. And
Useless.
then, as he misses, the other character also helps to shoot monsters. His name is Godfrey. He shoots the one that's about to attack Roland as well with his short bow. So he was behind Godfrey, kind of, right? Or Godfrey was behind Poseidus and Roland, and he saw the monster too. He took aim, shoots an arrow at the monster on the ceiling, scoring a 13 +1 close range to hit, 14 total. That is a hit. His damage is one 6-sided dice with the short bow. He deals a
You know
total
what
of
happened?
4 damage, 4
Whoa.
points.
That's
Okay,
good.
so
That's good.
the average man only has 2 hit points, right? That's enough to kill 2 average men. But the spider is very big and strong. And let's see if he killed it or not. I'm gonna roll the dice to see if it died. This is a big spider. Unfortunately, it was not enough. And he ends up hitting the spider in one of its legs, very close to the body though, almost disabling an entire leg.
My guy
Right,
needs
so
aim
your arrow
labs.
goes
No, I'm
through,
joking.
through like a joint area, right, under the armpit of one of the spider's legs. So you get a good hit in there for 4 points of damage. Not bad.
How many like health does this spider have?
You're not sure, but it looks, based on how badly you hurt so far, you only shot the leg. That will give you an idea of how close it is to dying. And that's not very
Let's
close.
go. Am I alive? I'm alive, right?
Poseidus, or sorry, Godfrey?
No, me.
Yeah, you just took a shot just now with your bow and arrow. And
Wait,
you
is
hit the
anyone
monster.
dead?
No, this is Loki, the thief.
Oh, Loki, my bad. Loki the thief, not yet. You're about to be in melee. You're gonna take a step back and try to dodge the monster, but it hasn't.
Oh, nice, dude.
Before the monsters can get to you, and before you can step back, your friends are shooting them up. Let's see.
Yeah, I took a piss,
We're like,
dude, and I was like, damn, Poseidon's
run away.
probably dead. No, I'm chilling.
Run away.
Yeah,
All right. So then, the last one to shoot was actually was Elgira. She was also very brave and stood her ground. She sees the monster going for the thief, Loki, and before Loki can escape it, she slings a stone at the monster above him, right? Very bravely. And then let's see if she hits or not. That is
Better
a
hit your
score of
shot.
12 plus 1, 13.
Oh,
hits.
let's go.
So she hit
Let's
the monster
go.
with her stone, dealing
I'm just-
1d4, 1 point of damage, just a tickle to the
Shit.
monster.
Bruh.
You tickle
Why
his
did you
Alright.
wiener, bro.
I'm like, that's enough to kill Poseidus.
Okay, you hit the monster like just on the foot, pretty much, right? And
I'm not
yeah,
surprised.
if Poseidus got hit, Poseidus would be dead.
Hey, yo, yeah.
Alright,
How
so
do you even get one life like with
these
a
are like
tiger?
demon
I
spiders,
don't know,
right?
this-
Like they're
Ah.
not normal size. Normal wolf spiders only this big. This spider is 5 feet long, so big and hairy and rocky, right? Crawling on the wall, right? Like a madman.
Why he is
We're into the multiverse, dude.
Okay, and then now it's time for the melee. Before the spiders can jump onto the spearman, which is just one person, which is the brave Roland, who stands his ground, holding the line with the shield and spear. He thrusts the spear up at the spider before it jumps on him, and he rolls to hit. And he is a very. Oh wait. Also, wait, Poseidon actually gets 2 attacks because he's a fighter. Fighters have fighting skills. So um, even before the melee could start, Poseidon actually shot 2 stones at once, pretty much. So Poseidon
Let's
is so good
go.
at shooting stones, he would shoot one at the same time loading it again for another quick throw, and he would
You're not
score
so
another
useless, Candle
roll
Boy.
to hit. His next one is a miss. He missed again. Alright, so he
Yeah,
missed
you
2
what?
stones.
You didn't hit
He's a horrible fighter.
My guy needs
Hit
aim.
twice. He needs aimbot. Alright.
My
Aim
guy's
assist.
1
just
HP and no aim, bro.
I'm sorry,
Solid
Poseidon.
Ryan
It is what the
player.
dice said. So unfortunately, the brave Poseidon, he's like, fuck, can't hit a single shot. All right, and then of course now it's time for the brave Roland to get 2 attacks in on this monster before it has a chance to kill him. Their first attack will have initiative because you fight twice as fast as the monster does. Your second one will rival the speed of the monster. So
But I thought there's
we're going to
two. One of
first
them
roll.
dead now.
All right, here we go. So you scored a 6 for your first attack, which is a miss.
That is
So your first one, right, it's just jumping down, miss, then it hits your shield, and you thrust up again into the monster. But this time it's rivaled by initiative. Actually, you win because it has a small weapon and you have a long weapon. So, but then moving forward, it will have initiative. But at the start, you have initiative for now. So you automatically get another attack in before it has a chance to hit you. Your next attack is a 17 plus your strength bonus of. You have a +2 bonus because you're really strong. So and then that's a 19 to hit. You hit clearly, and then you're gonna deal 1d6, and then your strength is 17, so it's a +2 bonus. You get 1d6 +2 damage, and you
I get
deal
6.
6 + 2, which is 8 damage.
Whoa, that's massive.
One
And
man.
this monster was already
insane.
hit pretty badly in the leg earlier by one of the slingers, right? It was I think it was maybe
like
Poseidon? No, it was
Godfrey.
Godfrey. Godfrey shot this one with an arrow. So this one had an arrow in its like armpit, right? One of the legs are about to fall off, and as it dives down onto you, falls into your shield, it ends up actually skewering itself on your spear, and you deal so much damage. Your spear went right through the area between the head and the abdomen. You just
Oh,
fucking
Bruh,
kebab
too
him,
strong.
right? And you throw him off your shield, step on him, and pull your spear free. You killed one of them.
Bruh.
Yeah.
Alright. So
Big
very
deal.
brave of you.
Even though I had
But as he kills
It
it,
is the team.
there was another one. There was another one that was gonna go for Loki, but because Loki stepped back, it ended up jumping on him instead. So while he's pulling his spear out of the first one, suddenly there's one on top of him again. The one that went for Loki went for him instead, and lands a hit, 15. It jumps on him and sinks its fangs into the back of his character, dealing a total of. The fangs chop into your character. They're very big, the size of daggers almost, and they cause you 5 points of damage. This could kill
Wow.
2 average men, but your character is very, very strong. And as it rips through your spine or your back with its large fangs, as it's ripping through your flesh, there's not just bladed teeth going through your back, but poison spreading throughout your body potentially if it went deep enough. We're gonna make a saving throw versus
Alright.
poison to see if that
Basically
happens.
dead. I'll say game
Alright.
over.
Is Roland poisoned? It says 9. He is poisoned. So there's
Damn it.
poison going through
Amen.
his veins. He's not gonna die yet. The poison takes time to kill him. So he can still keep fighting, but he's poisoned right now. He feels the poison through his back. Right? As he's fighting, right? And now the spider's clinging onto his back, sinking its fangs into his back, and he's gonna die soon, right? Unless we can save him. Maybe stop the poison from spreading or
Yeah, I
something.
thought that was country does.
Besides
Um,
being useful. and
We're gonna
actually
roll to
hit
see
it.
where exactly it bit you. If it bit you directly on the back, maybe on your shoulder or arm. Alright, it
What
turned out
happened?
it actually didn't bite exactly on your back. It actually ended up biting at the back of your left arm. Okay? So it bit the back of your left arm, and the teeth are about to pull off your left arm pretty much. Your whole left arm has been split open, and poison is going through your arm. So if you guys are fast enough, you can tourniquet his arm or cut it off to stop the poison from spreading. But I would recommend just tourniqueting it, right, and stopping the blood flow.
That cut it
If
off.
you're fast enough.
I was gonna
So.
say turn off the blood flow.
You don't have to necessarily cut off his arm, but that's
He's
like
done.
overkill. But of course,
Just
if it
like
spread
rip
it
a
too
piece of
much,
cloth.
yeah.
He's gonna
Get
be
a-
useless,
Come
bro.
on, strip.
Well-
Come on, get naked.
So his shield arm has been bit, right? The monster's on his back, driving its
Now it's gonna be
deep
more
fangs
useful.
or its fangs deep
Right beside this.
into his
One
bicep
HP.
right now, tearing it apart. His big biceps. He's a strong man, and he's getting his bicep ripped apart by a giant spider.
Sheesh.
Or his
Shoo.
lats.
Am I just standing
Okay.
at the back with my slingshot
Next
while this is
is
all happening?
next up is going to be after
Okay.
the melee has ended. We're now going to decide our next action. So that was the melee. So after melee, it's missiles. So while he was getting torn apart by the second monster, Elgira, you can take another shot. Godfrey, you can take another shot. Poseidus, you can take another shot. And then Roland, after stepping back, you can take a stab with your spear. Would you like to do that?
Now I'd like
Am I
to
still
back the
alive?
fire now.
Or not Roland. Sorry, I'm talking about Loki. Loki, do you wanna take a stab with your spear?
Sure, bruh.
Okay. So you remember last round you got back, right? You like stepped back a little, got back behind the fighting line. Now you're getting a stabbing with your spear while everyone's trying to sling ammunition into this thing.
Remember, it's
Now
so
I have to
detailed.
warn you, because the monster is on the fighter at this point. If you miss your shot, you could potentially hit your friend instead. Do you
Oh,
want to
no,
take the
please.
risk?
Who's the
Yeah.
closest friend?
Kill Loki.
If it's not Poseidus, then yeah,
It
I'm
could be
good.
friendly fire if you're not careful. So,
Like,
Elgira.
Kill Loki,
Take the
kill
shot.
Loki.
do you want to take the
Let me
chance
kill
to
Loki.
shoot the monster, or do you want to just let him take care of it himself?
Yeah, I'll shoot the
Uh,
monster, bro.
You can also go into melee instead. If you go into melee, it's
Yeah,
safer,
I can
right?
go to melee and hit, right?
Yeah. So you want to switch
I'll
to
go
melee?
to melee, bro.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let me switch to
Okay.
melee.
So it'll take 1 round to switch your weapon. So you see your character, he dropped his sling, and what was your melee weapon? Your hand axe, right?
X. Yeah.
So like you're like behind him. You drop the sling, you're grabbing your axe, pulling it out this round, and then the magic user Elgira, you have a sling too. Do you want to switch to melee, or do you want to just stand your ground, keep providing light? What do you want to do?
Need the light
What
bow.
would be most helpful for everyone else?
It's your choice. You cannot.
I'll
If
be
you ask them, then they spend
Right.
their round asking or answering you instead of fighting, right? So you're like, what should
Uh,
I do? What should I do? Right? But then you will lose your chance.
Just make the
Just shoot,
Did
bro.
you say did you say I'm
If
holding
you
a
sh-
torch?
You have a
Yeah.
candle and you have a
Burn the
sling.
crab.
You can sling another stone if you want, but you could hit your friend if you miss.
Burn the crab.
Don't hit me.
I feel like I should go for the melee because it seems like it's getting out of control.
All right, so you decide to drop your sling too, and you reach for your melee weapon, which was
A
mm,
spear?
Yes.
Here.
a spear, a very good weapon. So you're like you're grabbing your spear, which is slung on your shoulder, right? And this is a good weapon. This you could reach with
Can
this
I
thing.
chuck that or?
Can you throw it?
Hmm.
I don't recommend throwing it because you
It
could
is
also hit your
Okay,
friend.
never mind. I
So-
guess I'll just stab you instead.
Alright, so you're pulling the spear out, and then next up is gonna be
Oh, no,
Godfrey.
javelin. No?
Godfrey, do you want to take another shot, or do you want to do something different? What was that?
Gonna
This
take
is a
some.
Switch it up, big boy.
You're a cleric. Heal me.
Me, I would. Do I not have any spells?
You have turn undead. You can switch to your faith, grab your holy symbol, and try to turn the undead. But these monsters are not undead, so it probably won't work against them.
Can he heal me?
Well, they don't seem to be undead.
How do you screw in?
My
He's
guy's
a
a
first level
lifer.
cleric. He can't cure anyone yet.
You can
No,
basically
you're
yeah,
push away
basically.
from it.
cleric.
So do you wanna
That's so
try to turn it away? Try to scare it away with your face?
Yeah, yeah. I'll do that move, bro. Christ,
You're like,
Christ
you like grab your symbol and you're like, with the power of God, be gone.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
It's not gonna
alright.
work. They're not demons.
Yeah, it mostly works on undead, but you can give it a shot anyway if you want. Maybe you get
I'll
so
try,
scared
I'll
of
try.
your motivation
I'll
or
try.
your faith.
I want to know
Let's
if it
see.
works on.
So he's grabbing
Yeah.
his
See if the
symbol,
stab, yeah, the staff of Moses.
and then
works.
Roland,
That's-
do you want to keep fighting in melee combat with this thing? The only issue is it's so close to you, so your spear doesn't really work right now unless you're able to throw it off of you and then stab it. So do you want to spend 1 round like trying to just throw it off?
Yeah, do so.
Yes. Throw
You
it
have
off.
strength.
You can also smash it with your shield instead.
Shield bash.
Yeah.
Shield
wanna do
bash.
that?
Definitely shield bash.
Okay, he's
Shield
gonna
is-
shield bash this
Bash it
thing.
with the head.
Because it's literally on him right now, but it's easier to hit while it's on you. Pretty much, since it's on you, we'll say that you can automatically pretty much hit it while it automatically pretty much hits you potentially, or at least there's a bonus to hit of like +2 while it's on you still if you have a small weapon. So In this case, you're using
Shield.
your shield, and you're just kind of like slamming your shield onto it while it's on you. Okay, so we're gonna start with melee. So the only one in melee so far at the close melee is Godfrey, or not Godfrey, is the one victim himself, which is Roland, of course, the one who's being killed. So Roland, there's poison in your
Yeah.
arm. You have your shield, and then you just kind of like you kind of move up to the wall and slam the creature into the wall with your shield. Let's see if you're able to crush him.
Yo, you
As it
banged that spider,
spins
bro.
around. Your first
And
attempt
then you
fails,
just push him, and then you just pitch him thingy.
and
Please, please.
your second attempt. So first attempt, you pushed up against the wall, and the monster kind of spun around you and didn't get hit. In your second attempt, the monster had another chance to bite you. It would spin around and bite you, scoring a miss. You were able to just kind of back elbow it, and then again you backed up into the wall, trying to crush it against the wall with your weight, with your shield and armor. And this time,
Let's go, Roland.
this time you managed to barely hit. You deal a total
What
of
the fuck?
Hey, I
you
hit.
deal you deal
Somebody missed shots.
1 plus 2 from your strength, 3 damage to this one, which is not
Let's
enough to
go.
kill him. Right, so this one's big. You crush him against the wall. You feel it cracking under your weight, but it doesn't outright die. And while you're crushing him against the wall, your friends can help you, the ones in melee. So the ones who already had a melee weapon out was Loki. So Loki was not far from you. He took a thrust at the monster while you were like smashing it against the wall. You spun around so he would like get a chance to stab it in the back, right? And then let's see if Loki hits or not. Loki,
Please, Pepsi,
because its back is
I
to
better
you
hit, bro.
technically. You get the monster's back is to you technically, right? Because it's clinging onto him, trying to bite him. So it's like occupied with him. You're gonna get a backstab bonus, a partial backstab bonus. So you can either take a +4 to hit, increasing your chance to hit the monster, or you can go for double damage.
Double damage.
No,
Double
just
damage.
But the double damage
baby.
doesn't matter if you miss, though. That's the thing. So do you want to take the +4 to hit, guaranteeing you might get a chance to hit, or do you want to go for double damage?
Just go for double
Double
damage, bro.
damage.
Biscuit for the
Take the risk.
biscuit, babe.
All right, Loki picked double damage. Here we go. Risk it for the biscuit. And he scored
It better
a
hit.
13. All right, that is
Oh,
a hit.
fuck that bitch.
The
Fuck
damage
that
is
bitch.
double, so
Let's
his
go.
spear deals instead of 1d6, he deals 2d6 damage.
Yeah.
Let's go, motherfucker.
3 plus 3,
2
6 damage. So that is
Wow.
that is definitely enough to kill it. So after being
Fuck
crushed
that
against the
spider,
wall,
bro.
the fighter Roland turns around, right, and then you stab it through the back of the head, and it falls
Boys,
off of
we're
him.
getting spider sushimi
And
tonight.
combat
Let's
is
go.
over.
What
Congratulations, you survived your first combat at the cost of Roland.
Silas,
Roland
you're a
will be
fighter,
dead
you're-
soon.
you're almost useless.
the Wait, Roland's dying?
He has a poison in his arm.
What? Oh.
Stop the second.
Okay. Fortunately, one of your crew members brought bandages, which you can use to tourniquet his arm and stop the blood flow.
Isn't it
This
me?
will, of course, disable his left arm. His left arm will be kind of like disabled for a while, right? He can't use it anymore. There's poison in it, and it's probably gonna rot and die because the poison is killing all his cells right now. So his career is gonna end early. Although he'll survive the adventure,
Wow.
back in town you'll probably have to get your arm removed, and you'll be a one-armed fighter.
No shot, Roland. You're gonna be as useless as fucking Poseidon. No, I'm surely.
Nah, bro,
Nah,
you should
actually,
change.
that's one health.
Unless you have an antidote, which you can potentially get from those tradesmen outside, the merchants.
Alright.
Yeah, dude.
yeah.
Let's bag to them, bro.
So the monsters you killed are worth a lot of money. If you take these monsters, you can
Oh.
maybe trade one monster for an antidote.
Let's leave.
But-
Can we leave?
Yeah.
guys?
Yeah, let's go.
For our boys, let's go. Carry
Alright,
it
you
out.
guys want to do that?
Yeah, let's get
Yeah.
that antidote.
Now, I'm
baby.
gonna tell you, the merchants will
But
probably
who's
rip
that
you off,
benefit
so you have to be
first?
very careful with them, right? They might even ask you to give them both monsters for one antidote. So do your best
Yeah,
to
that's-
haggle. Try to get
No
more
problem,
for
bruh.
less. Okay?
First one.
So
Who
hopefully
has
one of you
charisma?
has good charisma and knows how to. Do you guys know how to buy things in like a Chinese market, right? So
I'm
like
the girl.
those
Yeah.
ladies always
I'm
will
the
sell you
girl,
at the
though.
highest price, right? You have to narrow it down. You have to pretend,
Bargaining,
I don't
bargaining.
want it, right?
So
So
we have a ladies on them. So let's go.
okay,
Yeah.
You
I
guys
don't want it. I'd rather my
grab
mouth
the two
fall off.
spiders, right? You kind of pick them up, throw
Oh,
them over your
Steve,
shoulders.
alright, can I flirt with
You're
them?
these-
Can I not?
What was it?
Gonna flirt with them.
Can I just,
Spider is
Yeah.
dead. You cannot flirt with
You're
it.
you're gonna fucking.
as a medieval.
Charm
Seduce them like, hey,
Oh, you mean the
yo, can I
merchants?
have a
Yeah, you can try
discount?
to. You can use charm person on the
Like, hey,
merchants. It might work.
boys.
Yeah.
Oh, charm
Count
person.
like-
person.
All right.
Like
So
a
you guys want to leave the dungeon, right?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
to save your fighter friend from dying or losing an arm.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have to tell me the way out. That's the only way you get out. Hopefully, one of you has a map.
So we came west from southwest. Like we entered the dungeon from the southwest and we went west and entered a 10 feet tall tunnel. So we go back
Ooh.
to back the way west. Uh, so what am I saying?
All right. So right now you stand in a tunnel. It goes east and it goes west. Which way do you want to go? One answer
Go
is
east,
correct.
go east, go east,
Oh no,
go east.
easy. We
Okay,
came west.
east?
So
So you're going east
Yeah, yeah.
into a cavern. The cavern continues southeast. You can see that you can go either south, southeast, or east, and you see a bit of daylight to the east. Which way do you want to go?
Go south, go southeast.
Go
No,
southeast.
sorry. No. We came in from
Don't
southwest, right?
trust the dungeon master. That is the number one
Southwest.
rule. Don't trust him.
So again,
Listen. We came in from southwest. I remember that. I wrote it down actually. We came in from southwest. So
Never
we go
trust the
east.
dungeon master.
I'm
Yeah,
your
yeah.
guide into the dungeon, but I cannot give you the answer. I can only tell you what you currently see, right?
So,
So
what
right
are
now,
our options again?
again, listen carefully because I'm trying to help you. To the east, you see a bit of daylight. To the southeast, you can continue through the cavern. And to the south, you may continue through the cavern. You can also see the western wall if you go south. Which way
Go
would you
east.
like to go?
Go east.
Go east. Alright, now you
Yeah.
go east, and you see daylight to the north, and a tunnel to the north. And it's going uphill. That looks like an exit. You
Uphill.
can
Because
you can go
uphill.
north up the
He
hill,
said
right,
when we were
toward the exit
entering,
where
he said
daylight
we were
is.
going downhill.
Or you can go back west, southwest, or south. Which way?
Yo, wait, what happened?
Uphill.
Uphill, so north? You want to go north?
Which way was
Never
the
mind.
merchant again?
Listen to me.
So north, you see the tunnel is going up toward an exit where you see daylight, and the cavern continues southwest though into darkness. Which way do you want to
Of
go?
course we go
South?
north, bruh.
Some people
North.
make the mistake though for some reason. Their imagination is not strong enough, and they imagine the complete opposite direction somehow. But you go north up the hill where you see daylight, and you escape the dungeon. Congratulations, you made it out
That's
alive.
crazy, dude.
Yes.
So.
Oh.
As you make it out into daylight, you guys are breathing heavily, right? It was an intense, like, maze, right? You were exploring and exploring. You got outside, and you got your man. His blood is still dripping from his open wound on his arm. You kind of like help carry him out of there because his arm is injured. Someone has to hold his shield for him, right? Because he can't hold it right now. His arm is injured.
Yo, 1
Um,
HP, man. Hold
Come
it.
Come here, boy.
Well,
Come here, boy.
Poseidon takes your shield.
Yeah, yo, shut up.
So you go to the merchants first, or do you want to go somewhere else?
Ayo.
Merchant.
Go to the market.
I want,
We wanna buy
I
the
want
antidote.
still want my arm.
So you approach
arm.
the merchants, and who was carrying the spiders? We need at least two people.
Me and someone like me.
How you're holding my
I
I
shield?
can carry
You got
one.
his shield, or
Oh,
he
yo.
wears your shield. He can wear it over
I'll
his
wear it.
shoulder.
I can wear it.
Alright.
But the spiders
go,
have
he's
nowhere.
useful.
Spiders, you have to like hold them like at least with one hand, right? Hold the leg of the spider and carry it over your shoulder. It's a 5 foot long giant spider that's dead. So
Okay.
Poseidon carries one, and if you want the other one, I need one more name to carry another.
Me.
Okay, and
Go
Loki carried
Loki.
one too. So two brave adventurers march out of the dungeon alive with their prey, right? They're carrying these trophies, right? They're giant spiders that they killed in the dungeon. You march out victoriously, and you approach the small caravan to the north, and the merchants wave over to you and say, "Wow, what a great hunt, huh? Nice kill."
Sheesh.
Sheesh, yeah, I know.
All right. Do you guys want to talk with the merchants or something else?
Wait.
Yeah, let's go.
Before we do, can we take the fangs of the spider crabs?
If you take the fangs off, they might not be worth as much, right? Because that's the more valuable area, the poison glands, which can
So
create
it's the women's
antivenoms.
business now. Bargain with them, Ilkoria.
Yeah, oh god. Do some charm person.
Gira, do you want to cast a spell on them while they're talking with their friends? While they're not paying attention to you, you can curse them and make them charmed.
Go
by
for it,
you.
bruh. Easy peasy,
Go
lemon
for it.
squeezy.
But wait, can't I use a spell?
But you have to
only
do it
once
secretly.
a
If they
day?
notice you're doing it, then they'll like, oh, witch, right? They'll try to kill you or something.
But I can only do it once a day, right?
Yes, you have to pick
Yeah,
one merchant.
but,
You
like-
see, there's one merchant and two helpers, and you see about 6 guards.
Can I really not just flirt?
You can just flirt. You don't have to use her spell.
Then let me do
Titus, use my
that.
shield
Okay.
for her.
Just
You
use
approach
boat,
them.
bruh.
All right, what do you want to say to the
Because
merchant?
we need to use a spell later on.
Exactly.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
can,
that's
can't,
true. Though.
can't
Oh,
we
we're
rest?
gonna
Can
need
we
a
rest?
long rest for my
Can we
arm.
rest after this and call it a day?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
could
we
you
could
could
rest.
rest and then go back into the dungeon. That's what those. If you see
Yeah.
the adventurers camp to the east, that's what they're doing. They went in the dungeon for a few hours, they're resting, and they're going to go back inside.
Wait, so
And
when
then
So
go
can
in.
when
you,
can we call it a day? When can we call it a day? Because then I
You
might
can you
use
can
I,
it.
rest anytime.
Okay, then yeah, fine, I'll use it.
Okay, so
And I can use the
Roland
spell
can just
again after we wake up the next
heals it.
day.
As long as you got food, you can heal. But if you don't have food, you can just rest. So
Does
we'll
Try to
just skip to
cover
the
hand
next
heal
day.
if
Can't
we
you
rest?
see?
What was that?
Does Roland's hand heal if we rest?
If he has a day of rest with food and water and shelter, then yeah, his wound will start to
Yeah,
heal.
just
But
let's
the
just buy some shit ton of food and rest. That's all.
but the thing
No,
is, the
poison.
poison won't heal. He needs an antidote.
Oh, okay.
then that's
And a
fucking
venom.
useless, dude. Just use your spell and everything. Get that
I'll use my
antidote.
spell and then we can go to sleep.
Okay, you cast Charm Person over one of the. You want to cast it on the merchant then?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
All right, let
The
me. He gets a
boss.
saving throw versus Charm.
No
And
way.
let's see. He failed utterly.
What
So
the
Charm
fuck?
Person, he rolled a 3 against the saving throw.
Who
So
failed?
the merchant did.
The
That means he's
merchant.
charmed.
Yes.
So
Oh,
basically, if he
charmed.
charms someone, it lasts for 1 or more days, has a range of 120 feet. A single humanoid creature must save versus spells or be charmed as follows. It will grant you friendship. The subject regards you as a trusted friend and ally,
friendship.
and will come to your
Ooh.
defense. It will also listen to certain commands. If you share the same language as it, then you can tell it what to do, which it will obey. But of course, if the command contradicts what it would normally do, um, it won't do it naturally, right? And if you cannot tell it to kill itself either. Suicidal commands, it
So
will
we
not ever do
just
that either. You might even break the friendship naturally. Um, so yeah, that's how it will go.
so we
So now
bargain it.
you kind of talk to
We
him, or
bargain.
you whisper some curses right behind the scene while your friends are distracting him, and then he kind of looks at you and is like, "Huh, I feel like I know you." Right? He kind of looks toward the women in your party.
Hmm.
You look like an old family
Attracted
friend,
by the
or
beauty.
are you? Do we know each other? What do you want to say, Elgira? He thinks he knows
Give
you
me your
after you
money.
kiss
No,
him, so.
shit.
Well, he's calm, right? He's calm. So you believe anything I say.
Yeah. Just say.
He'll believe most of the things you say. He still has a conscience, but he's like extra friendly.
Yeah, just say
Oh,
yeah.
so-
Do you mind if you like?
I'll act like I do know him then, yeah.
You say, yeah, of course, and then
Yeah,
Start
like do me a
Oh,
favor,
he's
give
like,
me that.
it's really good to see you. I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
it's been
but I
so
must have
long,
forgotten your name.
Me, I used to be
Give
this
me your
good.
wallet.
And then I try and like, yeah, play it off and like get some of the stuff.
What do you want to say to him?
Do I need the exact words?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't know.
Please.
Yeah, it's me.
Yeah, just
Where
ask
you,
for
where
help.
you?
Ask for help.
I know. I really need your help. See, my, I don't know, my child is hurt or some shit. I need a potion. I don't
Am I
fucking
the
know.
Child is Roland.
Just say
You know,
say
be like a
fucking
helpless mother.
fucking.
Be like, I.
Remember, when you
You
guys are
help
talking to her, the
me.
merchant can hear you guys talking to her behind her, right? You're like, say this behind her. He's like, he's like confused.
You guys are not helping.
You help.
Would you like to come back
Alright.
later, Ilgira, and talk to him later? You seem out of or lost of
Yeah, I
words.
don't know what I'm supposed to
Lost
say
for
to
words.
him. I just wanna.
Maybe you guys should go back and discuss your plan before talking to the merchant.
Yeah.
Listen.
Make it
But like
clear.
my arm hurts.
I see them
Alright,
Make
y'all
a
walk
fucking
away. The
decision,
merchant's
bro.
confused as fuck, right? He's like, what the hell?
But I still
Yeah.
want my
You
arm.
child? Huh?
Okay,
Yeah.
by the way, your fighter doesn't
Yeah,
have much
you're
time
the
left. You
father
see he's
of our
starting to
kids.
die.
The
Like, the
father of
poison
our
is
kids, I
spreading.
hate you. You left me. The least you could do is give me this potion. The least you could do.
It is your abandoned child. Give me the potion.
Just the least you could
just-
do.
just like
Wow.
bargain with him with the spider for the medicine or whatever, dude.
Alright,
I'll
Just
give
say,
you.
Elgira,
I'll give you this spider in exchange for that potion.
Potion? What kind of potion are you talking about?
Like the
Yeah,
antidote.
no,
Antidote.
whatever the potion is that we need to save
Poison
Roland.
antidote.
The
Oh, you need
antidote.
an antivenom.
Antidote, yeah, that.
Very
Yeah.
well. Well, you wish to trade your spider for an antivenom. That is a fair trade, sure. And he takes
What
your
if,
giant
what if,
spider
what
and
if I
hands you an antivenom.
pretend?
See, easy. And then we have 1 to spare. See, we all survive. Easy peasy.
Alright,
I don't know.
so you can, of course, start to have him pour it on the wound, and then maybe drink the rest of it in case it spread it too far. And he should be fine in no time. So he just has to rest. If you guys
Let's
want, you can take
go.
a day to rest. So the adventure, it's up to you. You escape the dungeon. If you want to go back in, you can. I recommend you rest first, or you can cash out. Now, if you do cash out, you can go back to town, sell your loot, which is 1 spider, which is not that much. You'll get a few silver for it, but you won't really get too much. So you haven't really
Cash
done too
out.
much naturally, right?
I
It was
need-
one
No,
point.
no, no, bro. What are you
Need
saying?
my-
So do you guys
I
want to press on,
leave.
or do you want to end the adventure and cash
I
out?
need
to
It's like gambling,
I
right?
need to
So
leave.
you made some money. Do you want to keep what you earn, or do you want to cash out?
Bro,
If-
just remember we all are hurt. That's all.
Are
You
we
didn't
all
do
hurt?
anything, you missed.
If we want to keep going, we'll take a small break, of course, before we keep playing. But it's your
Yeah,
choice.
I
Do you
got- I
guys
gotta
want to
go.
keep going, or do you guys want to end it?
Cash out. Cash out. End it. End it.
I'm
Cash
gonna
out.
end it. I gotta go.
Yeah.
Roland
yeah,
ends.
I-
Godfrey ends.
Yeah.
Okay,
gotta go.
sure,
I
dude.
am-
If that's majority, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So I don't recommend. If you do want to keep playing, I don't recommend you keep playing if the party's too small. It's very, very dangerous to go with a tiny party. So.
Yeah.
Um.
So we'll end.
Especially with Poseidon, bro.
Ah, shut up.
So tonight you will
Bro, we don't
take it
need to-
easy. You will make your way back to town and sell the monster you were able to kill. So you will leave the mine, march along the road back to the village of Gevelon. You will make it to the wooden gates of the settlement. The guards will welcome you back from your first adventure and congratulate you for surviving. And you would walk into town victoriously with your new bounty. You go in to trade it. You can either choose to haggle, or you can take a set price. Now, if you haggle, you have to be good at haggling. Like what you did earlier, that would not fly in the markets. You will probably get scammed so big, right? So
Sheesh.
you have to be very careful next time. Like if you guys are talking, whispering like that, the merchant will just like not pay any attention to you and not even give you a chance to sell your spider. So you can either go for a set price, which is once I tell you the set price, you cannot haggle anymore though. It's like the average
Okay.
median price you can get. If you haggle,
can you guys
you could
get me haggle?
potentially get more money, or you can potentially get less money for the spider. So do you guys want to haggle or take the set price? The average
Can I
or the
haggle?
haggle?
Can I haggle?
What's
You
your
wanna
wisdom
take the risk?
first? What's your wisdom?
You guys
What's your
are
wisdom?
fucking.
It depends on the set price.
So your ability scores will
wisdom-
help you,
my
but the main
wisdom's
thing
like
that helps
12,
you is
so I
your
can do it.
skill as a player to talk in general, right?
Yeah, I can do it. I can do it.
Poseidon want to do it? You guys okay with it? Now if he
Poseidon,
fails,
what's
Sure,
your
dude.
you
wisdom?
all get
Fuck it,
less
bro.
money.
Let's go.
Fuck
You have to
it.
What's-
agree.
Let's
Poseidon,
go.
what's your wisdom?
Like 12?
I want to know what's your wisdom.
12.
What's his wisdom?
12!
12 wisdom.
Who has the most?
Who has the highest?
The one ability that will help you the most in selling an item is charisma.
Who has
Who
the
has
highest?
charisma?
Mine's like 10.
I think it's Roland and Godfrey. And
Bruh,
and Elgira. You all have 11 charisma.
Oh, okay.
Poseidon. Oh
Shit.
Yeah.
Really
Kill
me. I try haggle. Might as well.
You want
Go.
haggle?
Go.
Alright.
Go. Yeah,
Yeah.
you.
Okay, here we go. You go to the market, you find someone who's interested in buying your giant spider, right? This hairy, 5 foot long spider. He's like, looks pretty good. Hmm.
Yeah, it
You
is.
wish to sell it, huh?
is kind of good. Yeah, I will.
Well, I'll take it off your
Are you looking
hands
for some?
for
Poseidon, shush.
10 silver pieces.
Nah,
silver.
you're
that
joking
the-
with us, like, right?
Poseidon, you didn't have the. You
Shut
didn't
Shut up.
Shut up! Let me do it!
10 silver pieces is a lot of money. What are you talking about?
No, it isn't.
The average
Yeah,
man makes 1
look at
silver
the
piece a
guy.
week.
Mm.
Just say 12, cause Roland got injured.
Ronald got it. Okay.
1 HP man,
no.
quiet down.
How about I go 15? I call
15.
What the
dollars.
fuck? That's so high.
All right, let's see if he accepts your offer or not. You say 15. You want to give a reason why 15?
Bro, it's a
Cause
big
Roland almost
spider, and
died
we-
for it.
You say, because our companion here almost died for this fight, killing the
Yeah,
spider.
yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Let's
That's
go, let's
what,
go, let's go, fuck
Loki
it!
said.
Roll the dice, baby!
All right. So because Loki gives a decent reason, you get a +1
If
bonus.
we fail, we blame Poseidon.
You guys show the wound that Roland has on his arm, right? And he shakes his head. He says, "All right then. I guess I won't buy it, right?"
No!
So you get
Poseidon.
0 for
No
it.
way, man. No way.
You guys want to offer him again? Say 10 is good. 10 is
Yeah.
good. Or
No.
Yeah.
I want to
Yeah,
offer
yeah.
something less, but not 10. It's like
you want? What do you say?
13
You
or
gotta be
something?
quick. He's like turning away. Like, nope, I'm not gonna buy it.
no.
How
Bro,
how
are you
about
gonna-
12?
are you
How
gonna-
about 12?
How about 12? Okay, 12.
12
How about
silvers.
12?
Alright, he thinks about it.
Ass ahead, Link.
6 plus 2. He's uncertain. He goes on 11 silvers, and it's yours.
Sure,
Alright,
sure,
let's
sure.
go with
Fuck it,
Trade,
fuck it, yeah.
just trade it.
Alright,
No, go,
you get
go
11.
trade.
Now,
It's
now that you get
it's
your
more
spider,
than
I will
10.
spoil the average price for this thing. The average price
Yeah.
for one of these spiders is 25 silvers, and the highest price is
What
50.
the-
You got 11.
What?
He
That's
started
not
it
bad.
at
It's
less
our
than half.
first journey, guys.
So you could have got
What?
25 if you chose a set, but if you were good at
Like,
haggling,
what
you
is
could get
haggling?
50 for it. You had to like lie, like be like a bard, right, or like a cheat, like a scammer, right?
Dude,
Like, ain't no way,
I could have
right?
did it. I could have did it, but Poseidon wanted to keep his fat mouth shut.
So you could start it
He's
like,
a one HP.
see, he's at
You
10. You're
literally
like, you
are.
can say like,
Shut up.
this thing is not. Or you just like, you're like, all right, I'll just find a different merchant to sell it to, right? Because this thing is clearly 10 times more than you offered. It should be 100 silvers, right? And you walk away, and he might say, okay, 50, right? And like half as much as what you asked for.
Who knows,
So,
huh?
Next time you keep it shut.
yeah, next time you have to be
Yeah,
smart,
next
right?
time you do it.
Yeah, you fucking 1 HP fucker, bro. No,
Shut up! 1 HP clutcher.
Instead you get 11 silver pieces.
It's not bad. He offered 10. It's our first journey. We got the antidote. It's a win-win, bro. What you
We learned what?
Yeah, we
Never-
still
we
survived.
just
We
sell
still
it to
got
the
money.
next price.
So,
we
I
can
know
split
business,
it. We can split
Poseidon.
it. Like, what the fuck's
Um,
the split?
so there's 5 of you, right? So one of you can get the extra. Who should get the extra? I would say the one who
Give it to-
suffered the
give it to
wound.
the-
gets the
Roland,
extra.
give it to Roland
Yeah,
because
I
he's
get
fucking.
extra.
He almost died for it.
Yeah,
Poseidon
give him
did
the
nothing,
extra.
he did nothing.
Okay, so Roland
All
gets
he did
3
was hold
silver
a candle.
pieces, and everyone else gets 2 for this adventure.
No Poseidon, he gets nothing.
We can buy bread. Yeah.
Poseidon gets
Yay! Congratulations,
He
guys.
did nothing.
You
Alright.
guys
He
are
did nothing.
fucking.
That is the
Oh
end
my
of tonight's
God.
adventure. Thank you everyone for playing. I hope to see you again. I hope you liked it. Thank you very much.
You're an amazing host, bro. You have a great day.
GG's.
If you want to play again
Jeez.
sometime, I have a group chat you can join. If you click on my profile, the link is the D&D link.
The Discord server.
Yes. And if you want to see
Yeah.
my stream, the Twitch stream is below that link.
Yeah, I
Alright.
see it. See it.
Poseidon,
Alright.
next time you keep your fat mouth shut when I say.
Thank you
Yeah,
all for
yeah,
playing.
yeah,
Poor Poseidon. So much
Keep,
bad
keep
luck.
your 1 HP. Keep your 1 HP looking
Not
ass.
my fault that I got 1 HP.
Couldn't
How do you
even
get
hit
1
the
HP
monster
as a
once.
fighter, bro?
He
I
thought
don't
he
know.
was that guy.
Young Poseidon, he's a very small fighter. He has like 1 hit point. He's
Jesus.
probably like a kid,
Bro,
right?
I
And
My
he's
guy's
stuck at
probably
shooting
like
things.
4'11", bro.
I wanna
Bro.
change my character.
I'm probably 6 foot and over. And probably
Yeah,
carry
so
all
Roland's
these.
fucking massive. He's as strong as
Whoa.
4 men. Or tough as 4 men.
Bro.
What kind of
I'm
what
just
kind
thinking-
of Batman and
And
Robin?
Poseidon, the fighter, is only half as strong as the average man. He has
Bro,
one.
He's less as strong,
He's half a
bro.
man.
Poor guy.
You're worthless.
Oh man.
First thing, I was like, okay, fighter. Okay, everything's
what?
good. And this guy pulls out 1 hit point. I'm like, what?
My guy's a one-hit wonder, bro.
But although
the
he's
funniest part is that I got an 8. The highest
yeah,
amount of hit points you
yeah,
can get.
that's
Is
like.
there any way to increase it in the future though? That's
Yeah,
so sad.
yeah,
like level
when you
up.
level
Yeah,
up
Ramen,
over time, you
You're
get
coming
stronger.
with me to poker tonight.
Like Poseidon, you might be picking on him right now, but years from now, if he keeps playing, his character will get built. Like he'll get big and strong if he survives.
But what
Yeah,
about
yeah.
me? Will I just still
You
be
just
carrying
keep getting
I'll
bigger. You just keep getting bigger. And
What's the
stronger.
max
Get-
HP? Like, what's the max HP you can get though as a fighter?
Depends on your level. But if you're level 1, typically the highest is like 8. But then with modifiers, with the 18 bonus modifier, you have maximum chance to get 11 hit points. So you have 18 Constitution and you roll an 8 on the hit die. The max you can get at level 1 is 11 hit points. That is super rare though. Very, very
And
rare.
Poseidon
I
has
have a-
one.
I
The
could have got it.
fuck?
Listen,
I could have got 11.
listen.
What do you mean
Yeah,
I had the
80?
highest
You
rank.
you have the highest.
But
you
to
do
get
it.
11,
You were
you have to
leading,
roll
like,
666 on 3d6s to get 11 and then that's a Constitution of course. So that's the only way.
Can
So
I
it's super
reroll?
rare.
Hmm. I think
You can get more hit points when you level up. Your character will just keep
Yeah,
getting
like,
bigger and
I
bigger.
just get 11
oh,
because I'm
what
gonna
was the
need
book
it to
that you
carry
were reading?
Poseidon.
Like,
I have to carry him on my ass.
yeah.
What's up?
Just don't fart.
Oh my god, he
Alright,
dies
boys.
to your fart.
I'm gonna head out.
Listen.
Thank you again.
Bye.
It was nice meeting you all.
Okay, bye.
No worries, dude. You too. Thanks for your time.
Bye
Bye bye.